In this box is probably one of the most aesthetically pleasing, drippiest, coolest, mysterious synthesizers I've seen in a very long time. This is the Orchid by Telepathic Instruments. And there it is. Oh my gosh. The Orchid. I've been wanting to get my hands on this for so long. So yeah, this is the Orchid by Telepathic Instruments. I first saw about this just like, you know, some Instagram videos or something like that. And it has something to do with Tame Impala. I'm not sure if he's actually behind the company or not, but I was like, okay, I like Tame Impala. And I like how that looks. And I like to play with chords. I like things that generate chords, similar to this high chord I got a few months ago. And it was very limited. They dropped the first batch, couldn't get it. Second batch, got it. And let's see what this actually does, because I'm not gonna lie, this thing's pretty mysterious. You know what I'm saying? Not the usual people I watch on YouTube don't seem to have it. Okay, so what does it have? It looks like it has 2 built-in speakers. So it's like 7 keys, or I guess 12 if you include the black keys. It looks like there's a USB-C input, there's a MIDI input, and a 3.5 millimeter output or input, I don't know. These 2 notes aren't working. That is concerning. Oh man, don't tell me that. That's cool. Ooh, that sounds good. But yeah, I mean, it looks cool, but first things first, I got 3 keys that aren't working, bro. So I guess they got some quality control issues. I don't know. Let's see if they have like a software update or something that could fix this. But if not, your boy is sad. Okay, I did a software update and I made a little post on my Instagram asking you guys if I should just continue with the video. I emailed them to support. I'm sure they'll get back to me and I'm sure this will be resolved. But everybody said just do the video. So we just gonna do the video. One thing I've already found out that I think is really cool is it has a key mode. Essentially, I can pick any key. Right now I'm in G major. Which is so sick already. And then we can also like still, while it's in a key, right now that's the arpeggiator is on. You can't really tell because this screen isn't very bright. Also my room is bright. Boom, off. So if I want to do any of the better chords, I can still hold 9th. And then there's also strum. So when you go to perform, you just click that. So like I said, there's arpeggiators. And there's all types of stuff, but now I can add strumming on. Which is sick. There's another form of strum, which is 2 octaves. You know what I'm saying? Like, this thing is sick, dude. What else they have? Pattern. Talk about idea machine. That is sick, dude. And I'm sure there's other patterns. Let's go to pattern 6. Wait. So that's dope. And then there's also harp. Let's pick a different sound. Also, by the way, this note that's messed up, it wants to work really bad. Look, I thought it didn't work at all, but if I hold it, it works. Like, it wants to work, so hopefully it's not like really difficult to fix. Anyway, we also have effects. So we got reverb, tremolo, delay, you know, the usual stuff. And again, like I said, we have the different keys. So pretty much you have the keys here, right? So let's say we did C flat. If we wanted it to be C flat minor, you just hold minor. You hold minor and then... But there's also bass. So that's cool. And another cool thing that I found about this is it has a lot of options. So when you go to options, you can go to the battery. You can see the battery percentage, view. For me personally, I put it on geek out. So that is the difference of when you play stuff, you can see the actual piano. And I'm not sure if this camera is going to pick it up. I'm just going to do a little separate video here so you can really see that. So it shows the notes that it's playing, but if you go here, you can go to just other view styles. So it has React, it has chord. I think chord is like the default. Let's see. But yeah, you can change things like the audio output, the MIDI channels, the play style, which is cool. So you could do simple, advanced, or free, auto power off version, upgrade firmware. So yeah, I updated the firmware by just plugging it in, opening Chrome. And you know, they seem like they're really on top of that. But yeah, I feel like this thing is like endless ideas. So let's just make a beat or something real quick without being able to use D and D sharp. Oh, unless I really need it, I just hold on to it. D sharp works sometimes. Okay, that was fun. Elephant in the room, new fit, new day. Telepathic Instruments actually got back to my support request and we got it all fixed. They actually hit me with a quick fix that I was able to do myself at home, and now everything is GTG. So my impressions so far, I have a few thoughts. First things first, the sounds in this thing, incredible. Probably some of the best sounds I've had in like a compact chord-based synthesizer thing. Pretty much every preset is just ready to go. One thing I have noted while like trying to record stuff is some of the effects can be a little heavy. So I found that while I was coming up with actual tracks, not just playing around for fun, I was tapping into this little effects window and turning things off and messing with the reverb and delay a lot, because a lot of the effects, again, this is an idea starter. So I feel like their mindset is, let's make sure everything just sounds good out the gate. And though it does sound good out the gate, when you're really cooking up with it and layering stuff, some of the effects start to drown out the other sounds and stuff like that. So that's one thought. But outside of that, bro, the arpeggiator, the patterns, the strumming features, the different chords. There's actually a looper built in, which I didn't try just because I'm Ableton gang, but I can see me pairing this up with like the Move or something like that and just looping stuff and just making beats like that. So I can make a loop, record it into a pad on the Move and just like continue things from there, add drums, blah, blah, blah. So drop a comment below if you want to see that kind of workflow. The bass is really cool. I'm trying to figure out how to get only the bass. I don't know how to do that. I'm sure it's a quick fix. Being able to add bass to your chords and stuff like that, it just makes things sound more full for that plug and play idea generating effect. And another thing I noticed, again, I talk about this all the time, but there's going to be a lot of people, oh, just learn music theory, you're going to spend X amount, blah, blah, blah. Knowing music theory is going to make this better for you, because the fact that I don't know music theory, it still makes me kind of limited in the progressions and stuff like that. Like, you still need to know stuff. So don't just write this off as like some kind of chord generator, because there's really a lot of different ways and a lot of different chords and stuff that goes into this, where if you do know music theory, this is that much more fire, you know what I'm saying? But if you are a beginner and are just looking for an idea starter, you can just plug and play and just start fooling around on this and start making stuff that you probably never would have been able to make on your own without knowing music theory. So bottom line, cop or drop, this is definitely still a cop for me. I believe they're going to be doing some more rounds in the future, or maybe mass producing it. I'm not sure. And as far as the quality control issue, was I disappointed that that happened? Yes, but then they got back to me right away with a quick fix. So it kind of is what it is. I guess it does make me a little wary that like maybe something could happen in the future to revert to that. But that is something to think about, because this is an expensive piece of gear. I think all in all, I paid like, I don't know, maybe like $600 or $700 or something. I don't even remember off top, but it had increased because of tariffs and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the US of A. But yeah, I'm rambling. I might do a full dedicated review soon. Let me know what you want me to cover in that. The Orchid gets a stamp of approval for me, if that means anything. So yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.